that girl tomorrow when you are married to her, that is the way she will also be telling your children to just forget about you, because that's the way you
I'm thinking, oh, my feelings will be hurt. What? You don't want me? Why?
Next day or anniversary, you post picture. My honey pie, my all those social media you just posting, they know that is fake. This your honey pie has not eaten the pie for a long time. Hey, hello and welcome to another episode of Talk with the Missus. We're excited to come your way again today. We are confident that you will be blessed. Amen. Because always on Talk with the Missus, lives are imparted, amen, lives are transformed. Amen. And so we are just excited about today's version. Yeah. I'm here with the beautiful Missus. Amen. She's all set, fired up, I'm sure. To be a blessing. So I'm going to turn over to her to extend our greetings. And then whilst that is on, I'm going to be sharing, and I want to encourage you to do the same. You are welcome.
Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are tuning in from. We are always so delighted to be here on Talk with the Missus with us. And you, as you know, this is a global conversation where you let us know your opinions, you let us know your comments, you let us know your thoughts, and you also let us know who you are and where you're tuning in from, so we can give you a special shout out. Now, if today is your very first time here on Talk with the Missus, please do let us know so we can give you an even more special shout out. Who is Talk with the Missus? What is this all about? Talk with the Missus is a show between Pastor Moses Omoviye and his wife, his Mrs. or Pastor Chioma Omoviye, where we come here and we speak everyday situations, everyday issues, and conversation style. We don't rehearse what we're going to say beforehand. We have a conversation where we're having naturally or normally, but we're having it with you. Now, why is this important? Because it lets you have like a glimpse or an insight of, you know, how, let's say, couples that are godly speak to each other, how they communicate, how they navigate different opinions. Maybe a topic comes up, he has a certain opinion, I have a certain opinion. It's not actually, you know, together, but you in the conversation, you see how we'll be able to navigate this and, you know, take a little bit of his and take a little bit of mine and come together with something with you. Now, why is this important? It's important as couples, as believers, because let me tell you, the enemy is fighting so strong against families, fighting so strong against homes, fighting so strong against marriages and that godly offspring that the Bible and God tells us that he desires so much. So these kind of conversations are so important because it helps us to know the kind of things that we should be looking out for and to be in tune with. Now, what's one of the things that we love for you to do? One, let us know your name. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Two, share today's broadcast. What do I always say? Surely somebody should know it by now. You never know whose what issue will be solved, whose question will be answered, whose problem will seek or find a solution. You just never know, but God knows. And he knows that maybe it's just a share away from them receiving their answer, their solution, and all that will help them. So do share today's broadcast. Everywhere, I always say, everywhere we go, at some point or the other, someone always says, "Oh, Talk with the Missus. Oh, Pastor Moses. Oh, Pastor Joe." You know, and then not just that, they tell us that the conversation you had about so and so and so was just what I was dealing with, or I shared this with somebody else that I was speaking to, and it helped them tremendously. So you never know how deep this goes and how far and how wide it goes. But please be an extension of a solution by sharing. So share today's broadcast on your feeds, on your social medias, on your WhatsApp status, all the different places you can share it. Okay.
Yeah, do share. I have done some sharing, have some more to do.
I'm going to do my sharing now.
Yeah. And we are super excited about today.
Yeah.
We like also for you to indicate, those of you who are joining us, early birds, we like them, we love them. Yeah. Love you. Thank you for joining in early. Would like you to indicate, give a shout out and then let us know where you are joining from. Mm-hmm. So we have with us Elaine Shelley. She's in the house. She said, hello, everyone. A blessed evening to Pastors Omoviye.
God bless you, Elaine.
And she said, an awesome afternoon from Kingston, Jamaica.
Yes.
Lovely.
JA in the house.
Yes, we are glad to have you with us.
Yeah, and the capital again, it's Kingston.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And then also we've got Sanders in the house who said, good evening, everyone. And she says, my first time.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome. Pansiel. Welcome, Pansiel. Such a joy to have you with us today from Falmouth, Jamaica. God bless you. We are looking forward to having these conversations and many more conversations together.
Yes. That's good.
God bless you.
And then we've got also Fene, who said, let me take a front seat. Happy to be here again.
Yes, Fene. Good to have you here again.
We are excited that you are here.
Awesome. Yes.
He's one of those who have been joining Talk with the Missus for
many years.
A while. For years now. Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
So we're glad that you're with us. And the subject, I think I'll just introduce the subject. We are doing the part 2 of the subject of our last episode. Now, we did our last episode about 4 weeks ago. It's like, why did it take us long to come and do the second episode? Usually we do fortnightly, but it's been really busy for us. As you all know, we've been traveling as well and, several programs. So the Thursdays have been occupied, if you like. So that's why we are only able to do the part 2 of that subject today. I see Grace is in the house. She said, good evening from SSUK.
Beautiful.
Great. Beautiful to have you.
God bless you.
All right. So the topic we were looking at was carrying my family financial load alone. Carrying my family financial load alone.
Yes.
And it was a very it was a heavy discussion. I think maybe that's the best way for me to describe it. And we have some questions that we said we're going to try to answer, some questions from the last episode that we didn't have time to deal with. And I think that would be a good place to start. For those who are just joining us today, maybe you're not in the last episode, we're looking at, there are homes where you have a husband, you have a wife, but only one person is carrying the load. More disheartening, if you like, is where you have a situation where some men are just laid back and the woman has to carry the entire load. And sometimes it's not just that they're laid back, they're not doing anything. They're doing something, but they're not providing for the home. So where's their money going to? They claim that they are investing for the family. And as such, they're not contributing. Oh, I'm investing, it's for the good of the family. But the woman cannot see any results. So it's just all of these things. I think they were the things we were looking at.
Yes, and I think more so as well. Yes, he's investing, or so investing, he claims. So he claims he's investing. But there was an angle where we looked where he is taking the money that he gets and showboating, like he's showing others outside that he has money. So maybe he goes out with the boys and he's paying for everything, or he spends his money on others. We were talking about spending his money on say another family outside, or a mistress or whatever. So we were discussing a lot last one. So go back and watch that so you can catch up. But you can start here, and then you can go back just to make sure you're complete.
You're complete, yeah. So some of the questions that we could not quite cover in the last one, I think we would want to look at some of them today. Do you want to read out?
Yep. So one of them, let's probably do it turn by turn. One of them, the first one, should I say, is I have seen some men online say they just want to be taken care of and want a wife who is a breadwinner and basically be a house husband. What is your view on this?
Yeah.
So when the man is very happily and content to be at home and allow the woman to be the head or the leader or the financial breadwinner, maybe not, I don't know, anyway, but there's delegation
to finance the home,
basically, and why he chills at home to be a house husband. And I know being a housewife and whatnot is not an easy kind of thing, so I don't really know if it's in really that light of all the things that have to do with nurturing and building a home. But basically, he wants to not be the one that brings in the money. That's the long and short of it. Yeah.
And again, we talk with the missus. We like everyone to contribute. So it's a conversation that we want you to be part of.
Yes.
So, let us know your comment. I think when I look at that question, and please write it because we'll read it all out. One of the things that really, I think is a problem in the world today.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a problem. Is the fact that, the world is confusing so many things that you are finding men behaving like women and women behaving like men.
Yeah.
I think that's just the problem, because when you have a situation where a man is to the point of going online, like the question said, going online to say, I just want a woman that will take care of me. When a man says, okay, I want a woman that will take care of me, before what you think is not financially.
No. You think pampering.
Yeah, you think pampering, just being there and loving and all of that. Yeah. But now you're saying, I don't want to go out to work. I just want to be a house husband. Just be at home and a woman that would just look after me. Do you understand? That's what women used to say.
Yeah.
That's what women used to say.
Yeah.
I want a man who would
soft life.
Yeah, I want a soft life, a man who would take care of me, look after me, provide all that I want. And, just I even if I don't have to work, he's just able to provide everything. He's a strong man, a great provider, a good father for our children. That's what women used to say.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
When you now have a society that is confusing everything, first of all, a society that is saying there are, almost suggesting that there are no roles.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? And
that's
everything,
a fundamental problem, to be honest.
That there are no roles, so it's a fluid society. Basically, that's what it is.
Fluid in every case.
Fluid in every case.
Yeah,
then you would have situations like that where you find that men start behaving like women and women behaving like men. Because I don't see anything else that will make a grown-up man, do you understand, to put out that.
Firstly, like you said, he's putting it out there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's so confident and comfortable in this statement. He has not even put it out as anonymous.
No.
He's even used his own handles and happily typed it all out and pressed send to now let the whole world know that this is his mindset.
Yeah.
Secondly, this kind of mindset, like you said, is a natural casualty of how the world has basically turned upside down, or things are not as defined or as clear as they used to be before.
Yeah.
That lack of clarity is basically the problem. And because there's a lack of clarity, people are left to muddle themselves through to now get to a place where they feel comfortable. Everyone is on, or I feel comfortable. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
And that's what's now birthing all these things.
Yeah.
Who wants to get up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to go to work? I don't think anybody does.
No,
but you do it.
You do it, yeah.
Yeah, you do it. I remember there was a time where I was living in North London in Edmonton, and the place I was working in Richmond Council, well, Richmond is all the way deep South London. Deep South London. I mean, after that is Surrey. So it's literally next to the Twickenham rugby or whatever site. It was far. And those days I was on a budget. So I had to get the bus. I don't even know what time I used to wake up, but I had to do it because this is the job that I have.
Yeah.
So I had to get up so early
and this
in the
is
morning.
you who read law.
Yeah.
You understand? And you had been to
law school
at the time, already been to law school.
Mm-hmm.
You're a single lady, you're not married,
exactly,
looking forward to get married.
Yeah.
But you went out for that job. Yeah, because if you want to work,
that was a job I could find.
Yes, you could have sat down waiting for your ideal job.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Which you take, but you had to get in.
Yeah.
And work. This is what is available at the moment. I do this while I'm looking for the ideal. That is the mentality that I believe the generation before us grew up with.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You have to graft. When you then get to a point where people are just lazy, men behaving like women, women behaving like men, and everything's just confused.
Yeah,
it's completely out of place.
It's crazy.
So if a lady then was to meet such a man, what should she do? Should she go ahead and marry him and be a man that he wants to be looked after?
Listen, they have to have a real conversation where, because these days people say men are scarce. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Firstly, we're not even sure if this one really is behaving like a man, but let's park that.
Yeah,
he's a man genetically. So let's say with this this man that is a potential, or he's a potential somebody that you scope out.
Yeah.
You have to have a conversation, even if it's somebody that you feel that this is the guy for me. You still have to have a conversation, because you don't really want surprises down the line where you thought that he behaved or he had a certain mindset or a understanding, or his mind was framed in a certain way concerning roles. Because what we're talking about now is a confusion over the natural roles that you would expect.
Yeah.
Why are we expecting this? Because it's what God kind of says.
The man should be thinking, I want to get married. I want to be able to look after my family. Do you understand? That sounds more natural.
Mm-hmm.
To think I want to be able to look after my family, provide for my family.
Yeah.
It sounds more natural than, I want to sit down and be looked after and be a house husband and all of that. That automatically means that the woman, would go and be the one doing the grafting.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have a situation even now, because of the way the economies are around the whole world, one person's income, unless they are very high earner, one person's income is not even enough to carry an entire family.
Exactly.
Then when you then have the man who wants to sit back so that the woman will be the one carrying the family, I think it becomes even more difficult to handle, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. All right, what sayest thou? What do you guys? What's yours take?
Yeah,
should he be allowed to, or should it be okay? Not should it be allowed. Is it okay for him to just say, do you know what? my darling, you go and work. I'll just be at home and I'll look after the house. What if he's really good at looking after the house? Is that an exception?
Yeah.
What if he's like really, really good at looking after the house? He can cook, he can clean, he can, do all the different kind of things.
The domestic things.
Yeah, does the children, homework, everything.
And maybe the woman is a career driven.
Yeah, what is she's career? Is it okay in that kind of? Do you know what I mean? Is there a place where this is okay?
Yeah. Let us know.
What do you think? What do you think?
Okay, let's read some of the comments. So we've got. Do you want to read them?
Okay, so we have Anita. She says, "Greetings from Ohio, beautiful people of God. Greetings to you too." Then we have Christiana. She says, "Good evening, everyone. Good to be here. Good to have you here too. Good evening too." And Oibo says, "Sometimes some men tell their wife not to work so that they show they are carrying the family financial load alone. What is your view, sir and ma?" Yeah. Okay.
So that's another one.
That's another angle now. Yeah.
Okay. So while we await your comment on the first question, what do you think about this? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's, to be honest, it all still has to do with how the family dynamics work and how they align, and where their strengths are and purpose is. Now, there's a way that somebody that is a career, if both, husband and wife are career driven or business driven, and then the man is now saying, "No, you stay at home. I'm going to go and go to work. I don't want my wife to be seen as this and that." We're talking about a controlling issue now. We've moved from him being the husbandman that is looking after the wife and getting the best out of her, to he's now dominating her, and he now doesn't want her to work because it says that it reflects poorly on him, because he wants to show that he's something that he wants to show to others, outsiders, for his own ego and personal desires. So I think that's a totally different kind of viewpoint there. But if it's something that her strength is in home nurturing, her strength is in maybe doing an online business, or what, her strength is more in the home front, and naturally they're saying, "Do you know what? You stay at home. I'm gonna be the one that was working," and so forth. And you do your strength and I'll do my strength, and we'll work together. They're still working together in that regard. So like I said at the beginning, it's an issue of purpose. And it's an issue of alignment. How are they both aligning together in their purpose as individuals and their alignment of their purpose as a couple? I think that's what's the mandatory thing that we need to explore.
Yeah, and then to add to that, I think that when you have a situation, every family has to understand, first of all, where are they going to? Yeah. What is the purpose? What's the ultimate thing for them as a family? So for instance, if we use ourselves as an example, for us, the ultimate thing for us is fulfilling the ministry that God has called us into.
That's right.
That's the ultimate thing for us. Now, we began with myself being in ministry from childhood.
Yes.
My wife here, you were not in ministry.
No.
Do you understand? So by the time we were both getting married, it was obvious to me and obvious to her that our primary purpose is ministry. So ministry was the priority. So I think every family, when a husband and a wife are coming together, you have to have that understanding.
Coming together to do what? Yes,
coming together to do what? So once we understand that ministry is the primary thing, obviously, in the work of the ministry, as we walk together, we understand when we do not have the time for either my wife or for any of us to do a secular job. Because there are some things, instead of just, "I don't want you to work, I want you to sit at home," and all of that, that is a control. there is a way, if the both of you have a purpose, a common goal, there's a way you will work together that some of these things will naturally, come into place. You say, okay, well, Pastor, it's easy for you because your own is ministry. Okay, let's take ministry out of the equation. The two people are married. You're married. You are a high flyer in your career. The other one is a high flyer in their career. And then you have children. You have one, you have two, you have three. And you begin to notice that because you're flying high here, this one's flying high here, there's no time for the children. And you are beginning to then see traits in the children that are playing out because of the neglect. Neglect, you may say, oh no, we provide them with everything. This is that. We even have a nanny and all of that. But every parent can tell when their fingerprint is not in their children. They can tell. And if you begin to sense that, then the two of you must have a conversation to say, look, at this stage of our life, how do we bridge this gap? What do we do? We can make all the money in the world. You can be flying high and make all of that money. I can make all of this money. But what are we really making it for? Who are we really making it for? And if we make all of that money and we lose our children, their relationship with God is non-existent. Virtues that should, form them is not there. When we have retired or we are old and they now have to take over, have we raised them with the kind of wisdom and grace that is required to be able to manage things,
manage all that you work for,
all that we've worked for,
and hand it over to them,
and be able to manage it well, that it is sustainable? If the answer is no,
what of even managing us well?
Managing
you well. You're now old and you now depend on them.
Exactly.
Will they now fob you off and push you off to a care home since you brought in aid for them? Which is in the name of nanny and cook and all these things. So they'll now also bring aid for you.
And push you to a care home and will not be there to take care of you because that's what
we're also busy.
We're busy at this time, so we don't have the time for you. You didn't have the time for us. So I think when the couple can have that conversation, decisions, they can easily arrive at decisions to say, look, we're going to have to sacrifice this and we're going to have to sacrifice that. Maybe you stay, for this number of years and all of that. So sometimes these things are not difficult decisions to make if the two people have understanding between themselves, and they are allowing the developing situation and dynamics of their home to help guide them in making the decisions. You find that there will be no argument. But where it is an imposition, one person is imposing on the other, it will be a problem. Even worse still is if a man is imposing, I don't want my wife to work, because for him it's a pride thing, but he cannot provide for the standard of life that the family needs. But he feels if she's earning money, then she will not be under his control, because some men are wired like that. So they feel, no, I don't want to earn any money. If all the money is coming from me, then I can control her. So I think it's all of those dynamics, has to be thought of so that you don't put yourself in a difficult place. That's what I think.
I think so too.
Okay, so again, we're just trying to go through. There's somebody said in our last conversation, and we didn't get to discuss that. It says, sir, there are some cases where the man have opened a big store for the woman, and the woman don't want to do anything at home as well. I know that it is the man that should take care of his family. Okay, so how do you deal with that? A man has opened a business for a woman. She now, because of that business, she's making money, but she doesn't want to contribute at all. So
money is coming in. He's opened up a stream of income for the family. But she wants to be the container she doesn't want it to flow as a stream anymore. She said it's a container of income.
Yeah.
So she wants to keep all the money to herself. Well, it's selfishness. It's selfishness, number one. She doesn't have the family in mind. And that in itself is a big concern.
It's a problem.
Because why didn't she say no to his, a wonderful gesture of opening this stream of income? Why didn't she say no? She could have said no. And she wants to do it all by herself. Since she wants to, it's selfishness. So I don't know how he will be able to deal with this, whether it's, I was going to say, if he now, let's say, for example, if he sells the business or whatnot, but then she would, it's by spite upon spite. So she would now find a way of gathering the money and doing it again. And so it's just,
well, no,
how do you deal with the issue is selfishness.
Yes. Well, I think that if the man, if he's opened a business for her, and now she doesn't want to do anything at home, she doesn't want to contribute, shouldn't she be accounting to her for the business, accounting to him for the business that he's open to her, but she may see that as controlling. But I'm just wondering, why would she not want to contribute? You're making money.
Well, maybe she's filing fake reports.
Where she's spending
where she made like, let's say for argument's sake, let's say if it's in Nigeria or something, maybe she made 100 million and she said, oh, we only made 10 million. she's now becoming like all these politicians. People should pray that the influence of the generation or the influence of the nation or society that they find themselves around does not enter them, because it's possible that all these kind of things are happening, and it's not necessary. You're trying to build a home, you're trying to build a family, you're now in your own hand. The Bible says that a wise woman builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. This is a own hands foolish tearing down family. This does not work in a family. This attitude, this behavior, this character is a toxic cancer that kills families. So she has to understand that her actions will have consequences, and this will not help to build any home.
I mean, you cannot claim to be a part of a family that you are not willing to contribute to. There are some people who are like that, and I'm sure that some of you who are online, who are listening, even if you just forget about husband, forget about wife, even among yourself as family siblings, there are just some people who don't want to contribute. Do you understand? And I think that is a bad attitude. When you can't claim to be a part of a family where you are just a taker. You are just a taker and don't contribute. That is not the way to be a family person. When you are part of a family, you are part of those who contribute. When you don't have money, you contribute your time. You contribute your efforts. Do you understand? You can't just be a taker.
And you're concerned.
You're concerned. You're checking how things are going. And then when you do that, what you lack, God will make available to you for you to be able to do. So if you have to work on your mindset.
The only time you help is because it's directly
beneficial to you.
It's so bad.
It's bad. So if you're a woman and you are making money, what are you making the money for? What do you want to use it to do? If you cannot share it with your husband and your children in supporting, in taking care of your home, then what is the purpose of the money?
It's crazy.
Isn't that money misroad?
It's crazy because the only reason you even got that money, or the startup to allow you to get that money in the first place, came through the sacrifice of your husband or a family member, or but because you don't want to now, maybe you don't want to give them money. You want to keep it all to yourself. No, I really don't understand why. But whatever the reason is, you now, put that on the side and you keep it to yourself, that nobody should see this money. Maybe they just like to see their money growing in their account.
To what end?
I don't know.
It's good for money to grow in your account, but I mean, you have to be an integral part of a family that you are part of. I think that's the sole thing. And if you are, then contributing to the well-being of that family would not be a problem for you.
You have to practice it. Practice it. If it's hard, practice it. Practice it in small ways before you can now graduate to bigger ways. The other day, I made food and I called everyone, if your dinner's ready, or no, it was lunch. Lunch is ready, or what have you. Then it was ready, but it wasn't ready. Like it wasn't served, that kind of thing. And I needed to clean up the surfaces before I now even put the plate before all of that. So what did one of the children do? Yeah. And it's always this type of person, the last born. Yeah. So they said, mommy, is the food ready? Yeah, I just need to clean up this thing. So give me a few minutes. They said, okay. And then they left. So I now had to call them back. I said, come back. Why did you leave? Oh, you said that the food wasn't ready. I said, yeah, but you saw that other people are helping. Why you now thought to yourself, oh, the food is not ready. Let me go. Let them sort it out. And then when they finish cleaning and all that, then I can come back to now eat. I said, is that not selfishness? So you now see this person now grabbing all the cleaning spray, the cloth is not cleaning. But you have to learn it from even childhood. Then you now have to learn it in small things, so that if it's not everything somebody says specifically to you, I need help. Not everybody will say, I need help. Sometimes you just have to observe the situation. Oh, what can I do?
Yeah.
And then you now, plug in and do something.
Yeah.
Or, oh, did you want me to do anything? If you're not sure, what stops you? You're just sitting down, waiting for the time that everything is finished. Then you now appear. What kind of? It's not good now.
A freeloader.
Yeah, it's not good.
Just be a freeloader.
It's changing. Thank God.
All right. So someone else asked. He said, I have a case of a man that is not taking care of his family.
Okay.
He even left the house for the past 6 years. But when there is glory, he comes to take the glory. When the kids are graduating, he comes. So he comes to take the glory. Let's say.
Yeah.
But to put in the work, he's not there.
I think somebody that he respects, because this is specifically a husband also.
Yeah.
Somebody that he respects needs to be spoken to, so that they can speak to him.
Yeah.
Because that attitude is not right and it needs to change. The thing is that if it doesn't change quickly, those attitudes can be learnt by the generation of the children, and then can now be, as much as the children didn't like that daddy wasn't really around, and some may notice, some may not, but for some way down the line, it would be formed as this is the ideology, or this is the way, this is the pattern. So we want to make sure that doesn't, continue. Because even as a mother, you can say, oh, this is not good that this is like this is not good that it's like that. But comfort sometimes kicks in and they go back to default mode of what is normal. So we need to try and find a way that can change. But somebody that he respects needs to be spoken to, so that he can also be spoken to, because it needs to come from somebody that he regards higher than himself for him to listen. That's what I think. Okay.
So we're just reading out some of the questions we couldn't cover in the last part. Now, this person said, speaking of the situation of where you have a man who, whether it be a man or it be a woman, who is misbehaving when it comes to finances and not contributing to the home.
Yeah.
He said, do you think this situation or even the whole marriage could have been avoided, maybe by looking at certain characteristics beforehand? Then they said some men and even women can pretend until they are finally married, then their true colors show. So is it possible to be able to identify this attitude in a person before marriage so that you can make an informed decision whether this is a marriage that you should be going through with or a marriage that you should be avoiding.
I think the thing is, when you're in courtship or when you're getting to know somebody, you have to have situations or scenarios where they show their good, their bad, and their ugly side, so that you can really see this person for who they are. But if when you're getting to know somebody, everything is always rosy. You're going for dinner, you're going to the park, you're going here, you're going to holiday, whatever.
And you're not having serious conversations.
Yeah, then you're not even having serious conversations on top.
Maybe the word serious may not even be the right word. I would think that you're not having difficult conversation.
Yeah.
Difficult conversation, I think, is very essential.
Okay, what are some of these difficult conversations? Let's give at least 2 examples.
What
are difficult conversations?
No, so I think, for instance, when 2 people are looking to get married, you should have difficult conversations like finance.
Yeah,
there should be a conversation about finance, the state of the woman's finance and the state of the man's finance. Because there are people who date and court for years, and they've never had difficult conversation about their finances. Their attitude like towards
vulnerable.
Being vulnerable. What is the state of, what are you earning? How do you spend? What debts are you in? How do you intend to come out of them? And all of that. Those are conversations that you'll be shocked. Some people don't even have those conversations at all until they're married. They don't, they say, oh, I don't want to hurt her feeling. I don't want to hurt his feeling. But then they get married and everybody, the whole family feeling is hot. Especially if everybody was forming. If the if the woman was forming that I'm big girls, and if the guy was forming that he's a big man, when they now they now enter the relationship and marriage, they now realize that it was loan that was smaller than a small man. And it was loan that I was using to form big boys and big girls, and I'm in debt. In fact, the loan is due. Do you have money? Can you borrow me? So each one is asking, can you borrow me? Can you borrow me? It's a problem. Then they're angry. So those conversations, that's a difficult conversation for some people to have. But I think that it is a necessary conversation. You talk about another difficult conversation for people to have, I think, is their sexual exposure. It's a difficult conversation to have, but it is one that they need to have. It's very hard. But if they don't have it, I have seen, as a pastor, I've seen situations where people have gotten married and then their husband or their wife now stumble on, ex-sexual partners ex-sexual that are still in the circle. Like, hold on, this guy or this lady, why don't you tell me? Exactly. Like, and I'm friends with them. Yeah, some of them were even groomsmen. All of that. No, it's true. Yeah. Then it becomes a problem. Trust is not an issue. The thing is, when you don't have these difficult conversations, you're building massive holes that is hard to fill up because the person is not going to trust you later. They'll feel like, and it's not an easy conversation to have. We're not suggesting that it's not an easy conversation, but they will feel like, you only told me because I stumbled into this. You didn't tell me because you wanted to tell me. It's because you now had to tell me. If you weren't exposed, then you weren't going to tell me. No. What else are you not telling me? Do you understand? That's where those kind of double guessing and doubting and all of that comes in. And every step that the person is taking, they're now checking. If you've got like all this find my whatever, which I only discovered recently properly when we were away in the US. But if you've got all of that, then they will now be looking, oh, where's this person? Where are they? Where are they? Because they don't trust you. And why don't they trust you? Because you were not transparent at the beginning. Not because there's nothing to not trust you about, or there's something to not trust you about, but because of the lack of transparency. And they feel like you are now forced to tell me certain things. And now
do I have to force you to tell me some more things?
Yeah.
So that's the issue.
Yeah. So I mean, there are just all kind of difficult conversations that people avoid.
Yeah.
Difficult topics they avoid. Sometimes it's even so. I've just mentioned two. I can go on and mention many more very hard conversations to have. But if you're really serious with somebody and the both of you are actually looking to marry, then you must have those difficult conversations. You must have them.
Yeah.
Health, you must have them so that the person knows what they are signing up into. You know, that's maturity. So by the time the both of you, you know, you are getting married, at least you know if there's anything that will surprise that person later, it will not be much. It will not be an intentional thing.
Surprise both of them.
Yes, that it will actually be surprising the both of you.
Yeah.
So I think all of those things are very crucial in conversations. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't. Sometimes the difficult conversation could be even a character that you have seen in the person. Yeah. Some people, they say, oh yeah, I know it's that character, but I don't want to offend them. Yeah. You know, I really love them. I don't want to point at their flaws to them. So it's a difficult conversation, but it has to be, you have to have it.
You have to have it.
Yeah, especially you have identified the character. And it's difficult, but
listen, whatever God allows you to see is for a reason. You have to be able to be mature, the mature one, or the mature one, to now ask some of those questions. I've noticed this and this and this. What really is happening? You know, because it's like sometimes let's say, for example, a woman that always talks down about the men in her life, her father, her uncles, her this, her that, what makes, and then she's having a relationship with you, what makes you feel that one day she's not going to talk down about you?
Yeah.
Have this conversation. Look, babe, I've noticed that you don't really have good things to say about your father or your uncle and that. Did something happen? What's really happening? Because you're the exception. Yeah. Not the norm. You're the exception. Yeah. So you have to get her to switch her mindset to now see you as the norm and those people as the exception, the people that that wronged her or that she feels that they've let her down. Because if not, after some time, when one or two things happen and she can now triggers to her, just like my father, just like my uncle, just like the men in my family, just like this. Before you know it, the same bad way that she talks about them, she will now be talking about you that way and to you. Yeah, and perceiving you the same way. Yes. Because all the examples of the men that she's grown up around, have not been good examples. Yes. And then obviously, so you have to have the conversation. Yeah, you have to discuss that so that when she then start reacting to some things, you know where she's coming from. Yeah. And she also, it helps you to reassure, say, hey, babe, no, that's not me. Yeah. This is that. And it will build you guys up. And you have to bring it to her consciousness as well. Yeah. Because maybe there's some things that is not actually in their consciousness. It's just past traumas. We've talked about traumas on this show before. Yeah. But it's past traumas that is triggering, and she's now responding, or he's now responding based on those past traumas. And you're just the person that those responses are manifesting on. There's not really anything to do with you, but it's the past, which they're now reenacting in the present and potentially in the future. So it's important to now have those conversations so that you can rewrite your present and you can fortify and stabilize your future. Yeah, very important. I think let's read some comments. Okay. Grace has said, I've seen a list of difficult conversations to have with your partner with things like bills, parenting styles, childhood traumas, mental health, etc. Yeah. And the list goes on. I mean, some of them are really, I don't want to even mention some, and then we have marriage and relationship matters who have said, I'm happy to be here. We're happy to have you here too. God bless you. God bless you, ma'am. And
they've said, yes, very important to talk over difficult things. Yes, very, very important. Mwingi, do you want to read that?
Yeah, she says past traumas that affect the character behavior can also be a difficult one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Difficult to talk about, but it needs to be talked about.
Yes, definitely.
And then you've got Elaine Shelley.
Yeah, she says, I find that quite a number of people these days are raised in a selfish environment, or they are more quick to adopt to selfish behaviors than they do to kind attributes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we've got marriage and relationship matters.
Yeah, she says the thing you fear to talk over in your relationship during courtship is the fear you will eventually face in your marriage.
That's true.
Major point.
Yeah, very major point.
Yeah.
Very major point. Yeah. If you don't talk it over during your relationship, your courting days, you would find that it will become a major issue.
And it may even become a monster.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
It would. Grace has said, maybe the lady who has the business, okay, when we're talking about the business, maybe the lady who has the business should look at getting a cleaner or caterer for the house if she doesn't want to do any work at home. Many people do this so they are not overworked.
To be honest, I think that's wise to do that, but I don't think that scenario was in relation to additional help within the house.
Yeah,
it was that she's not bringing money.
Yeah, she's not contributing.
Yeah, she's not contributing to the home. She's
just selfish.
Yeah,
with the money.
She's just keeping the money. It's my money, and what money do you have? Oh, we have bill to pay. Okay, how much do you have? And she's not even considering the money that she's sitting on to contribute any part of it. So it's not really a domestic or house chores kind of thing. It's more of the financial contribution. She's just holding back.
Yeah, and I think also if we want to really be frank, some women are like that. Some women don't think, maybe it's the way they're raised, they don't think that they should contribute financially to the family. To them, if they have to put any money down, they see it as the man is failing.
That's terrible.
Yeah, some women are like that. They just think you hear them say, my money is my money, your money is our money. But I don't think that that's the right way to live. I think that if you're a woman, you're part of yourself and your husband, you have money, it's for the family.
Exactly.
You should both be working together. I've not seen anywhere in scripture where the Bible says that, you are together in all things apart from the woman's money. No.
And I think really, even Jesus himself with the golden rule, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So since you know that you want money from your husband, or you want him to be helping, providing and all those things, then you do the same. Because it's an expectation. It's something that you like. It's something that you admire. It's something that you look forward to. Well, it can be the same. We're not talking of having the lion's share if your money does not allow for it, but if your money does allow for it,
then
do it. Yeah. If
you can afford it,
if you can afford it, and if he's not the scenario that we painted at the very beginning of the one that is just relaxed.
Not just relaxed,
yeah.
All right, our time is running really fast. Let's treat this question before we wrap up. This person said, when a man is always talking about second wife, how can you help this kind of man? So a woman who is married to a man that...
Okay, is it having a second wife or threatening?
Yeah, threatening. He's always threatening that he's going to get a second wife. How do you help such kind of man? So I think this person is coming from a perspective of, if you're a woman, you are in a home, and
anytime he's upset.
Yeah, anytime he's upset. You are in a home, you're trying to support your husband and all of that. Anytime he's upset, he goes off, just talking about
this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
You don't get me. I need another wife.
I need to get a second wife.
I don't have anything to say. No, I'm joking. But it's not right now. It's not right. We're believers, we're godly, we're God-fearing. you cannot be picking and choosing. Firstly, there's an issue of lack of contentment.
Yeah.
There's an issue of lust, because are you is there somebody that you even have in
and,
mind?
and then you should also ask
things?
yourself, was he saved when you married him?
Yeah.
Because these days, a lot of people are throwing away, the vital things to continue. The list that a lot of women are developing of their ideal man is so long that the paper is not containing the salvation of the man and his relationship with God.
Okay, as in when they want the kind of man that they want.
Yes, the kind of man that they want. They are so crowded with looks and Instagram approved attributes, that the main things, so you have ladies, even ladies in church, rejecting and turning down saved men, Holy Ghost filled men, spiritual brothers, reliable brothers, turning them down because they have their mind on some what Instagram, TikTok, and social media have fed them.
It's not even that. It doesn't have the vibe. I just don't feel him.
Yeah. So when you think of that, you find, because somebody who has the fear of God, even when they are upset with you and they are angry with you, that fear of God in their heart will restrain them from certain actions.
Yes.
It is that fear of God that controls them and restricts them from certain actions.
That's right.
So for those who are not already married, when you see a godly man, a good man, value him. Money does not necessarily is not necessarily what makes for a good marriage. Money helps to make things easier. I'm not playing that money.
Money answers all things.
Yes, it helps to make things easier. But if money is the solution for everything in marriage, then wealthy people will not be divorcing.
Exactly. Or depressed. Inside marriage.
Do you understand? So godliness is crucial. But if you're a woman who has now married a man who that godliness is not in him and is always raising that threat, what should you do? First of all, you have to check, okay, what are the things that happen that this man now raises this threat?
Is there a trigger?
Is there a trigger? Is there a pattern? Is it that, okay, let's say, for example, you are the wife, when he wants to touch you, you say, no, don't touch me. This is that. I'm tired. I'm not ready.
Say nothing at all.
Yeah, or you just vex and push him off. And that is, you see, this is why I've been saying that I need to get a second wife. Because if I have a second wife, this will not be happening.
Yeah.
You yourself learn sense.
Yeah.
Because you learn sense is the truth.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, learn sense and learn it quickly.
Yeah.
Because when somebody keeps vocalizing a thing,
one day
his ears is hearing it, it's registering in his brain. One day he will do it.
And he's already telling
and you should know,
say, I told you already.
You should know that before he started speaking it from his mouth, he has been thinking it for a while. He has been thinking it for a while. So before he mentioned it the first time, he has had maybe months, if not years, of it crossing his mind.
Yeah.
So you learn sense. If that's the trick. So look for what are the triggers. Or maybe your house is very dirty and it's complaining. Yeah. This place is always dirty. I can't just be out with my walking with my friend and so let's stop over your house and I will confidently bring him with me.
Then you'll now be tying wrapper on
top. This is why I said I need to get a second woman. Yeah. So identify those triggers to make sure that first of all, you are not the one who is
making those,
stirring those triggers. Thoughts, because right now, that man does not have the fear of God regulator in him. It is your attitude and your attitude alone that will be the regulator.
Oh God.
So when your attitude, when you know that you are satisfied all the area of your attitude alone, then the other part is to now pray that the devil, maybe you are doing all
Kill
this
every
thing.
appetite.
Yes, the devil and the enemy that is trying to put that in your husband, the Lord should uproot it.
Kill every appetite, any ungodly friend, any suggestion. You just pray everything, cover it all. Yeah, it's true.
All right, so we've got here, Finesse said, to some women, that saying, the two shall become one, does not get to their money. It's true. It's true. It's true. And then we've got Marriage and Relationship Matter said, do you know one of the reasons people fear to have difficult conversations is because they are scared of losing their partner? But tomorrow you may end up not being happy. It's true. Some people don't have those conversations because I don't want to offend them. If I say this now, I may lose them. This is that. No, if somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, you have to engage in that difficult conversation. Marriage and Relationship Matters also said, turning them off because of sensual reasons.
Yeah, they're not appealing.
Yeah.
They're not appealing again.
Okay, let's take this as last and then we can wrap up.
Okay, there was still one more part if we can, because we may not come back to this topic.
Okay.
Okay, so this point says, on one of the problems I notice is from some background where men or the women sit down and one of them does everything, even during dating days. It's now difficult for them to adapt with the reality of this modern days. Okay, so what's it's true, but that's why it's one of those things that what you don't want to see, you don't start. What you don't want to continue, you just don't start it because it will become difficult. Okay, the last point that I wanted to raise is from last week was also families where there is a strong man that makes the women become the ones that labor to carry the financial responsibility of their homes. So sometimes there's because we know we were discussing why is a man just sitting and allowing the woman to become the financial carrier of the home. Maybe it's a spiritual angle. So for some people, there's a patterns in their families where they've noticed in past generations, or not just their generations. Maybe they noticed their mother, it happened to their mother, it happened to their auntie, it happened to their grandmother, that even though the husband comes in with all desire and all willingness to become the financial, the one that was financial
head
carrier or head of the home, the breadwinner, for some reason or the other, is even though he started off with the desire, he started off with the willingness, he started off even with the job or the career as a prospect, but something happens, it's like a stronghold, it now turns him to become, less than his full capacity. What do we then do in that situation? Because it's not a thing that he's comfortably, willingly wanting to just chill or sit down or not, rise to that position.
His situation that I put him there. The woman should show understanding. That's why you're both working together.
But then how do we now break this? Because if it's a pattern beyond many generations,
you should pray. Prayer, prayer changes things. If it's a pattern, because for some people this thing is spiritual. It's happened. It's a pattern where the men marry and then they become incapacitated financially. That all the men are looked after by the women. So there's some families like that. That person needs prayer of deliverance to break that pattern. Otherwise, and the reason they need to even do it is because if it's not dealt with, it will keep on moving. That thing will play out in their children. And so the woman and the man needs to attack it. The man has to see it as a problem. The woman see it as a problem.
With understanding. In the meantime,
with understanding, and attack it with prayer to break that pattern so that you know, they are saving not just themselves, they're saving the generation even after them.
That's coming.
Yeah. All right. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. I'm glad that we were able to go through, you know, all the outstanding questions from the last episode to cover them. I would let you talk about tomorrow morning, the 1st of August. You don't, you know, miss this. You can't afford to.
Yes, you cannot afford to miss this. Prophetic entry service tomorrow, 6 a.m. is the time. Why? Why do we gather for prophetic entry online and in person? Why? Because God always releases a word that will carry us, that is graced with his backing to carry us for the entire month. We've seen time and time again where God will perform all that he said. He is through the word of a prophet that he delivers people, that he liberates people, and he sets people free. So join in this very platform that you're on, 6 a.m. UK time, which is 6 a.m. in Nigeria, which is 1 a.m. Eastern USA. I believe that's in Jamaica, 12. That's 12 midnight, sorry. And then all the other locations, Germany, I believe that should be 7 a.m. So Austria, 7 a.m. So tune in. We do 3 prophetic acts every time that we gather, and prophetic entry. We take communion. So in your house, whatever you have that can be seen as communion, something that's chewable, something that's drinkable, use that as communion. We do an anointing. We anoint ourselves for the month. We receive God's prophetic word and we anoint ourselves with that anointing. Then we also take a prophetic seed, a seed for this month, that in the first giving of the month is on the word that God has set for the month. And we see God honor his word time and time again. 6 a.m. is the time. This very platform is the location.
Great. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for the prophetic entry. It's going to be a powerful time. And God has given us a word for his people. We want to appreciate you for joining us in this session. We hope that is being a blessing, and thanks to all of you who commented on the broadcast today.
Yes. And welcome again and again to our newbies, which is Marriage and Relationship Matters. God bless you, ma'am. And Panciel, God bless you too, from Jamaica. God bless you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. I guess this is where we say
bye.
That girl tomorrow, when you are married to her, that is the way she will also be telling your children to just forget about you, because that's the way.
I'm thinking, oh, my feelings will be hurt. What? You don't want me? Why?
Next day or anniversary, you post pictures. My honey pie, my all those social media you just posting. They know that is fake. This your honey pie has not eaten the pie for a long time.